Welcome to Day One Patch Media. This is a hot fix. We're doing this for all the conferences at E3. E3 big right now going on. It's all crazy. A lot of new games. Some good, some bad, some okay. And we're going to get into the Ubisoft conference. If you want our views on the other conferences, check our YouTube channel. They're all up there. So yeah, let's hop right in here. They started big with Far Cry 4.
Yep, for sure.
Now this was, now correct me if I'm wrong, this was only a kind of not a cinematic trailer, but an in-game kind of.
It was like in-game graphics, but like
it was an in-game cinematic trailer.
In-game cinematic. I don't know the proper term for
what it
that.
looked like. Yeah.
Yeah, but for sure.
So it's launching November 14th. Now this one kind of takes place in what looks like the Himalayan mountains.
Yeah.
I don't think it's called that. I think they got their own kind of quasi
Nepal or something. I can't remember the name.
Nepal's the country.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay.
So what do you think of that trailer? We kind of introduced us to the new villain.
Yep.
How do you think? He's voiced by Troy Baker, by the way.
Okay. I actually was gonna kind of mention this, like as I kind of saw the villains, I almost got like a 007 vibe old.
Okay.
I actually saw someone tweet this too to IGN. I think they actually read it on the air on their official thing, but I kind of get that because like if you go back and watch the old James Bond movies, like they have those like creepy, like just completely psychotic villains, right? Mm-hmm. Like they're just off the chains, and like that's exactly what Voss was. And this is exactly what this guy is. This guy is just nuts. Like he's crazy, right? Mm-hmm. Stabbing that guy and everything. He's crazy. But yeah. It's good though. Like it's. Whenever
I see the like Himalayan mountains and that kind of area and stuff, I always think of like Indiana Jones or the Uncharted series.
Right.
They kind of always remind me of that for some reason. Just Dance 2015. Now we're not dancers.
Why they made? I don't know why they made.
It's a popular game for them.
Alright.
But they announced something which I thought was actually kind of cool. You can use the Just Dance app, which I believe is a free app, and you can join. They said I think almost unlimited amount of players.
Yeah, they said essentially like if I guess if the app was public, they could like have everyone in the auditorium. I think it was like 20,000.
Yeah, and they went up to like you and your friend. And then you and 20 people, you and 20,000 people.
And they had like more people come out on the stage.
Yeah, and they're all dancing, and then it tells you who like won the dance, like who had the best score for the dance.
Yeah.
So I think that was kind of cool if you're into that kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And I hear Just Dance is really fun. I've not played it myself. I don't want to embarrass myself.
I've seen it played. But
yeah. Like, now the Division, we actually got not a gameplay trailer like we saw at Microsoft, but this one was a CGI trailer.
Yeah. So the Microsoft one. I personally prefer the Microsoft one just because it was gameplay, of course, showing off more stuff, more of the same, I'd say. Mm-hmm. Just showing off the map and stuff like that, different environments, and showing off a base. Kind of hinted at the back there, like I heard the one person say right as they exited, "Let's try to get medical online." So it kind of hints at you making or finding whatever your own base. Mm-hmm. But the trailer that we saw at Ubisoft to get more back on track was pretty good. It kind of explained the story a bit more. Yeah. Like it was showing how this one guy had like lost his family.
It was a time lapse of before whatever infection spread that killed off a bunch of people.
Exactly.
Up until like where it's just overrun and.
Yeah, and it kind of shows like one scenario, right, where that guy loses his family, then he's outside, and then what you basically are, what it seems like is that guy who is like in trouble, a bunch of bandits or whatever come try to get him, try to steal stuff or whatever they're doing, and then you as like this little group. Or trying to keep it together.
You're like an actual like division, a team of people sent in to clean up these kind of areas, I guess.
Yeah, like there's a lot of things like I think their like thing was like take back New York or whatever. Yeah, because there's like a bunch of villains and whatnot. So
yeah, I think we actually skipped talking about this a little more in detail for the Microsoft one.
Yeah. Ubisoft game, right? So.
With that the actual gameplay trailer we saw, they weren't attacking all their multiplayer.
No,
people.
they were
playing
NPCs.
NPCs, yeah. So there's clearly not just going to be that multiplayer aspect, but I guess story-driven NPC battles and stuff.
But what's interesting to me though is if everyone, like I remember last time we saw them fight NPCs, like this was at last year. I think this was at Ubisoft. We saw them fight NPCs, and then we saw them fire up a flare because they found a weapon or something, and then they were getting a helicopter to come, and then another division of people, of like players, came and attacked them. Now my thing is, if you're a division in there to take back New York, are the divisions now also fighting?
That's a good point.
Like that's a little bit weird, right? Like you guys go in there but fight amongst yourselves as well. Like what the heck's going on here?
You know, that's kind of the problem with all MMOs though. They haven't actually, I don't think they've come out and said this is an MMO. But it's kind of the same problem. It's like you're the single hero, but then there's a million of you running around
and trying to kill each other to make sure you get it.
Yeah.
And you're like,
So-
what the heck's going on here? We're fighting for the same cause, but we're killing each other.
It doesn't always make sense.
Yeah.
But
But it probably will make sense. Like maybe that was a bandit division. Like maybe you can be them.
it's possible.
Who knows,
It's
right?
possible. We don't know yet. Now the crew, they got another time lapse trailer. Ubisoft
Yeah.
seems to follow the kind of same trailers.
Yeah.
Remember, like Watch Dogs and the Division had that pull back, and you see the city, and then you see other players and stuff.
Yeah.
And now they're doing these like time lapse videos.
Yeah. Of course.
Any interest in the crew at all? I think pretty cool idea.
It's a cool idea. I kind of wish that I was getting that instead of Drive Club to get a free version, even with one car.
Well, Ubisoft's not owned by.
I know that.
Some-
Yeah, I know, but I kind of just because they're driving games. My problem is though, is like he's like, oh man, we just time lapsed through this 2-hour mission, and I was like, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like that's a long freaking time. Like if I'm like sitting there and be like, do I know I have 2 hours dedicated because I'm driving? It's not like I just like pull over and like stop. Like I don't know.
I wonder if there's maybe like a midway save within that mission or something like that.
It's possible. I think maybe that mission was more like a free roam. Like I don't know if the America that they have, like the American map, I don't know if it's actually free roam or whether you have to choose like a free roam mission. Like they say, like drive from here to here. I don't know.
I think they've been kind of clear on you can just grab
You can
a car and go.
Oh, you can just drive. Okay,
This is just a mission, I guess, to try to get you out into the rest of the country.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's kind of like to force you to go to LA or whatever.
Maybe something like that. Yeah. Now Assassin's Creed, we got another trailer. This was more of a single player than what we saw again at Microsoft.
Showing the city.
Yeah.
The city. So like instead of just the mission, we're all 4 players. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, well, the one thing that really stuck out to me was the amount of people.
Oh
In
man.
this game.
Yeah, because it's the French Revolution.
All
So there's
AI,
people rioting.
but
and
there's
crap.
like I don't know how many were on screen at one time. Now they kind of boasted this for Assassin's Creed 3, with like kind of like 1,000 people on the battlefield or something like that.
Yeah. The
So
lines.
this one
of
looks
troops.
like it's actually possible. I don't think I really ever saw that.
I think everyone was.
Assassin's
I think they were
Creed
like little shadows, and they were like, "That's a person." Like that bush is a person.
Maybe that's what they did. Yeah. So this trailer was a little more enticing than the first one, I thought.
No, my problem with this though is they were saying like the city's alive, like all that, and it looked alive. There's different missions. There are like little murder missions because like it's like France is in like a disaster at this point.
Yeah.
So like there's murders. You can investigate them and whatnot. And they actually showed like a little single player mission where you like go and attack this one general or whatever captain. The problem is though how they kind of tied it in was like to the multiplayer of the previous thing was he walked up into like a mission point, like one of those like things, and it said like max players 4, and I always think like I don't want people there.
Yeah.
I just want to play Assassin's Creed and go. Like I always feel like people online are like, unless I know them, are going to screw it up intentionally. Because like Assassin's Creed, I kind of want to sneak around and want to do it properly and whatnot. So I really hope. I'm sure this is possible, but I really hope it's not mandatory, like to have those 4 people. But we'll see.
Yeah, there might be missions, kind of again like how an MMO does it, where it's like this one you need 4 players. And
Right,
you can only
right.
play this if you have 4 players.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can like join up online with people or something like that, and then there'll be like 1 to 4, and you can just
Yeah.
play that one on your own if you really want to. I'm not too impressed with the actual assassins' outfits this time around. I almost feel like they kind of hurt themselves by creating 4 main characters that they have to dress.
Yeah, they had
They're
like
pretty plain.
yeah, it was like there's this guy, and this guy, and this guy, and
It's
I'm
almost,
like
almost Altair-esque, you know? Or
Yeah.
just a white like robe, or they had like blue one on and stuff.
there was like I think it was a yellow one too, and it was kind of like.
And again, not a female assassin. Not a lead female assassin.
Now to be fair, that could be Comet
That's possible.
that they have not commented on at all.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not saying like we've talked about this on the show. I don't want to force any developer to forcibly put in a female character where they didn't envision one. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
But I think personally, I would like to see a female lead in the Assassin's Creed franchise. There's been more than enough games.
Yeah.
We had Aveline in the Vita title, and she
Yeah.
came to the consoles and stuff. But
But I
to
think
see
maybe
one up on the stage of like Ezio and stuff would be kind of cool.
fair enough. I kind of maybe the reason why they didn't do it this time is due to the fact that maybe they're going to add more characters for one, but maybe just like through their research, maybe they found that like there wasn't that many like women like officials at that time or something. Like
I said, I don't want to change their vision
Exactly,
of what
right.
they want, how to tell the story, how they want the game to play.
They try to do, like,
I want to
history,
change
right?
that. Just this is a personal opinion that I'm a fan of women, and I'd like to see them
fair enough.
in games and stuff. So
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider, yeah.
There you go.
Okay, where am I?
Shape Up.
Shape Up. This was pretty fascinating that they spent so much time on this. Basically, what it is it's a fitness game, and they're really trying to get people actually playing this game. There's like scores and stuff, and there's challenges, and you can face your previous self. The guy actually got up on stage and did like a dancing on a keyboard type of deal.
I kind of said it was like Rock Band with your feet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
It was like into music, and you're like tapping in different rows and stuff.
So it's there for people who want it. Valiant Hearts. Now, this one almost made me cry, man.
It was pretty damn sad.
Yeah.
I saw like little clips of it before, and I was like, "Oh, it's pretty cool." And then the dog was there, and I'm like, "Oh."
And there's like whimpering and stuff, and it's like the saddest thing.
Yeah, I don't feel good.
And what I didn't find out until watching like the after show coverage is that the narration was the dog.
I knew it was the dog.
Oh, that's so.
Because right when they said, "I can't tell you this," I'm like, "The dog." Oh, that's bad. And then like everyone's dead, and I'm like, "Oh no."
So the game looks good, but I don't know if I can get through it. So
I'm like, "Yeah, it'll be bad."
Now, obviously, the Watch Dogs was a huge success for them. It was announced at a couple of E3s ago, and it was kept a secret. No one knew about it until E3.
Yep.
The next year comes, they do it again with The Division. This year comes,
they do it again.
They do it again, not to the same caliber, I don't think.
Not to the same caliber, but this needed to be done, I think.
Yeah. So they announced at the very end Rainbow Six Siege, and they actually showed it wasn't a live gameplay demo, it was obviously pre-recorded and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
They did the same thing with The Division where they had like people talking,
but
it was supposed to be the players talking over like a party
Yeah,
chat.
it was like scripted and whatever.
Yeah, it was all recorded and put in there. So tell them a bit about this game, Matt.
So Rainbow Six, course, I actually saw a tweet, I don't know how accurate this is, but apparently this is actually Rainbow Six Patriots.
They changed it to Siege?
Yeah, apparently they like scrapped that and like redid it.
So I guess this wasn't completely hidden then, because we already knew about Patriots.
Patriots, yeah, but I think Patriots was supposed to be in New York. I don't know, I didn't follow too much.
Okay.
So this was basically like a big multiplayer match. Going back to the roots, if you remember, I don't know if you played the really old Rainbow Six, like the first one stuff, where you actually like they'd be like, "There's a hostage in here somewhere," and you're like, "Okay, my team will go in this window," or blah blah blah. So it kind of goes back to the roots. But what's interesting is it goes back to the roots, but what they showed us was multiplayer. Mm-hmm. So like you got to choose where to go, where your team infiltrated, a building, whatever. You had to save a hostage, which was an NPC, I believe, and it was just like. It was just really good. Basically, just a really good, really solid shooter, I think.
Yeah, so it was kind of cool to kind of broke through the windows and stuff, and you can shoot right through the walls and actually make your own entrances in the rooms. The one guy blew a hole in the ceiling to drop down into the, the floor, to drop through the ceiling into the floor below him. And it was kind of weird because both teams are like fighting over the hostage.
Yeah. The terrorists or whatever, terrorists and counter-terrorists, I guess.
What is their objective? If you're playing as them, what are they supposed to do with the hostage?
Well, because as we saw, there's like a ticker. So like there was like at the top there was like I think it was 5 and 5 players and players. So like as you killed them, they would like have access. So they're trying to keep the hostage in the house or in the environment, and the counter terrorists are trying to extract. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was a win condition of kill everyone or save the hostage, and in their case, keep the hostage there, and then they have to kill everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that was a pretty cool game. I can't wait to get into some of the multiplayer in that. Not sure how well it will turn out, like the little gameplay trailer they showed will.
I
don't think our matches will be that.
It won't be that good, but to be fair, I mean, if their campaign has the custom entrances to camp, I'm good. I'll buy that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was Ubisoft's conference. A lot of great stuff there as always. I think Ubisoft's really kind of shining at these E3s now.
Ubisoft's doing a good job, yeah.
Maybe a little less with their shape up, but for the most part, pretty solid for them.
Yeah.
If you want to see our other views on our other conferences, they're all up on our YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we're on Facebook and Twitter. Follow us and like us there. We're Day One Patch Media. Thanks.